Well, we can't say for sure, but it appears as though Donald Trump has fired Alina Habba because he took to Truth Social to talk about how that he is interviewing new law firms. And I find this hilarious because this is the guy that always claims he hires the very best of people. He hires the best. He hires the smartest. He knows the system better than anybody else, and he's going to figure it out, and he's going to fight off these evil witch hunts. And then the people he hires either A, goes out like Alina Habba and makes a complete fool of herself on the national stage, or B, once they get deep in the weeds with Donald Trump, they realize what a con man he is, and they can't allow themselves to be drugged down with him, and so they come out and speak out against him, and then he says, oh, well, they've went rogue. And in any other world, this would be one of the funniest sitcoms ever. If Donald Trump was anybody else, if you wrote a sitcom and you had a character like Donald Trump in it, it could absolutely be a hit. The Andy Griffith Show was a hit because Don Knotts played Barney Fife, a deputy who was always messing up. Andy was always having to save the day. Some of the best situation comedies are those guys who claim to be tough, but they're not. Claim to be smart, but they're not. Claims to know everything and don't know jack shit. That always makes for the best comedy, and that has been Donald Trump's life every step of the way. He sits and brags about how he's this big, smart businessman. Well, he doesn't tell you that his daddy, actually he does, his daddy gave him a small loan of $1 million. Imagine a comedic show where the guy says, oh yeah, I've worked hard all my life. My daddy gave me a small loan of $1 million. He talks about what a great and successful businessman he is, and then he's found guilty of fraud. He sits and brags about all the women that he's been with, and then they come out and call him tiny. He sits and talks about how that you'll win so much with him, you'll just get tired of winning. You'll win so much you won't want to win anymore, and then loses every step of the way. In any other world, you could sit back, talk about The Apprentice. You could have a reality show based on this, and it would be the most comedic shit you've ever seen. But the scary part about this is it's not a sitcom. It's not a reality show. It's the real world, and people are caught up in it, believing that this bumbling buffoon is the smartest and the biggest and the best and the brightest in the room. And it's absolutely crazy that we're still here at this point. If it was a TV show, it would be funny. We could all have a laugh. It would entertain us all. And it may be entertaining a lot of people, but there are people who are going to go to the poll in November and they're going to vote because they think that giving the ball back to this loser is the best idea. They feel like that he has their best interest at heart. He has absolutely convinced all of them that he is the answer to their problems, and convinced most of them that he can pull it off in the first day. If they'll just let him be dictator for one day, 24 hours, he'll fix it all and put it back together. Again, you could write this out. You could have Joe Pesci play the part, and people would roll laughing at the how ludicrous and ridiculous the whole thing is. But this is the real world. This is the real world, and people are hanging their hats on this. They're pinning their faith to his coattail. It's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. But if you had Joe Pesci playing the part, selling off pieces of a suit that he wore while he was surrendering, and they put that on a shirt that said never surrender, I mean, it's also ludicrous. It's also ridiculous. And what's more ridiculous, I used to have a sticker on my guitar case, okay? It said Willie Nelson for president. I did. I had that sticker forever. Willie Nelson for president. I'm a big Willie Nelson fan. Love his music, love his songwriting. I wasn't serious, okay? It was a joke. There used to be I've seen all kinds of bumper stickers like that, you know? Vote for Snoop Dogg, vote for whoever, you know? Don't blame me, I voted for Waylon Jennings, whatever. I got that one on there now. But I don't take that seriously. I don't pin my faith to that. But you got a whole bunch of people who do, and they're fired up and ready to vote in an election that they think was stolen from them before, but no way it'll be stolen this time. No, he'll do it for sure this time because he told us he would, and we believe him. There is writers right now sitting back going, damn it, man, we've been struggling to write stuff like this, and he's over here with just this fountain of comedic gold. But that's where we're at in America. That's why that if you care anything about democracy and the future of this country, you better keep your eye on the ball come this November.